KwaSuka-Sukela, the Department of Native Affairs, Ethnological Publications, Volume 7, History of Matiwane and the Amangwane tribe, as told by Msebenzi to his kinsman Albert Ngwane, edited and supplemented by archive documents and other material by N.J. van Warmelo, a government ethnologist, printed in the Union of South Africa by the government printer Pretoria, 1938. Chapter 1. The Amangwane and how their history came to be written. Athi umgovu kandidane, uma benibulele beniyini, nxa senifelwe inkosi yenu. Umgovu asked them, had they killed you, what would that have mattered once your chief was lost to you? The Amangwane are a Zulu-speaking tribe resident in a reserve under the Montosor in Bergville District, Natal. Numbering about 30,000 souls, they form one of the largest tribes in the province. A great, an eventful, a spectacular career did they have during the first half of the past century, and many proud memories of those stirring times still linger amongst them. The quotation above is taken from the narrative of their history, which is reproduced in this book. It sums up, to my mind, the admirable sentiment of loyalty and devotion which pervades the whole tale and makes interesting what would otherwise be merely a record of bloodshed and plunder. The Amangwane have played a not inconsiderable part in the earlier history of this country, a part which is briefly referred to in the more reliable works on South African history, but which deserves to be better known, as the following outline will show. Around the year 1800, the Amangwane were still living peacefully on the White Mfolozi in northern Natal. They were an independent tribe. The ancestry of their chiefs cannot be connected up with that of any other royal family we know. Their chief, Matiwane, a remarkable man whose name has since become a byword from Zululand to the Cape. The tribe was attacked by Shaka around the year 1818 and moved southwards to the Montosor. They routed the Hlubi in battle, but soon after, fearing an attack from Shaka, they followed them over the Drakensberg into Basotholand, where they commenced operations against the South Sotho tribes dwelling there. It should be realized that once a large tribe had been disturbed and was on the march, it had no food supplies for any length of time, and not even the seed corn with which to start making gardens again, let alone the wherewithal to tide over the time till the next crop. So the Amangwane, like all other tribes in a similar predicament, continued to live on plunder. They fought many battles, amongst others with the Hlubi and also with the Amandebele of Mzilikazi, besides making an abortive attack on Musheshe's stronghold of Tababusiu. Then they moved down across the Orange River into Tembuland. In 1828, it so happened that just at the time when Amangwane recommenced their raids on the Tembu, Shaka was plundering Pondoland. The government feared that there might be a great influx of refugees into the colony with disastrous consequences. Thus, it came about that after a preliminary encounter in which Major Dundas took part, a mixed force of regulars, burghers, and Hottentots under Lieutenant Colonel Somerset attacked Matiwane at Mbholompo, near where Umtata now stands, on the 28th of August, 1828. The Amangwane were defeated and scattered. Matiwane, with a small following, went back to Zululand and was murdered by Dingane soon after. Though the great days of the tribe had ended with the defeat at Mbholompo, the narrative gains rather than loses interest from there onwards. It is impossible not to admire the courage, resource, and devotion of the men who now march with their chief to what seems certain death at the hands of Dingane, and when Matiwane is slain, flee with his youthful heir, Zikali, to Swaziland, save him from death at Sopuza's court, again seek refuge in Zululand, plot for freedom with Mpande, and finally, when opportunity offers, make a dash with him for the safety of Natal and the Montessor. Thus was the heir to the throne saved, and with him the very life of the tribe. For had Matiwane's house come to an end, the tribe, which was much scattered at the time, would have ceased to exist. But now, with Zikali established in a country of his own, thousands of tribesmen began to reassemble from every corner of the land. As far afield as Grahamstown, were the chief's messengers actually sent to announce to the scattered Amangwane that Matiwane's son and heir had come into his own again, and to invite or coerce them to return. The tribe had never been moved since those times, dwelling far away from the scene as it did. It was spared the tribulations of the Zulu War and the rebellion, and has lived as peacefully as the warlike and pugnacious nature of its members has permitted ever since. The Amangwane are thus a tribe of historical interest and importance. They were the first Zulu-speaking tribe to meet Europeans in open battle, and did so within the lifetime of Shaka, and almost off the confines of the Cape Colony, as it was then. The battle that was fought and the way they conducted themselves are equally worthy of note. Besides several native versions of it, we are fortunate in also having the reports written by Lieutenant Colonel Somerset shortly after the battle and now preserved in the State Archives in Cape Town. As regards purely native history, the consequences of the Amangwane migrations were tremendous. It is they who attacked the Hlubi at Mpangazita and drove them into Basotho land. It is they who, together with the Hlubi, turned that country upside down and brought about the chaos out of which the new Basotho land of Moshesh was to arise. To enjoy the rest of this story about Amangwane, as well as other stories about AmaZulu, AmaXhosa, AmaThembu, AmaBhaca, and other tribes and nations of Southern Africa, join my subscription community. You can use the subscription link on this post at the bottom next to the star. You'll also get access to many other posts and interesting videos to entertain you and to lull you to sleep.